Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to New Listings at Noon. I'm Karen Ringo, a realtor in the DMV area with Compass. And let's welcome my co-host, Alison Scimeca, who's also a realtor in the DMV area with Compass.
Hi, everyone.
So this week, Alison and we went out and we found two of our favorite new listings, and we think that they're pretty incredible. Alison, where is your listing? Can you tell us the neighborhood that your listing is located in?
Yes, so technically it's in Silver Spring, Maryland, but for anybody who knows Silver Spring well, it's actually a huge area. So the specific neighborhood is called Wheaton Crest. That's where my pick is.
Nice. And is it a house or condo or?
It is a single family home. Mm-hmm. It is small but mighty. So we'll get into the details later, but it is a single family home. Yes.
Awesome. And my pick for the week is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, single family home that's located in Potomac. So in a neighborhood called Lake Potomac. So we also we also did a third pick this week, and it's a pick that we both like, and it's not new this week. It's a little bit longer, but we thought it was really great and we really loved it that we wanted to share it with you. So Alison, can you tell everyone where our shared pick is located?
Sure. Our shared pick is close to where I live in Shaw, DC. And it's a row home, but it's still, single family row home, and it's a 4-bed, 3.5 bath.
Awesome. Okay. So, before you share, Alison is going to share her pick first. But Alison, before you share your pick for the week, can you tell me how was your week?
Well, I was in Austin for the Compass retreat, so I just got back late last night. So it was great. It was really actually good because I spoke with a lot of other realtors, and we were all talking about our opinions on the market. I connected with a lot of DC realtors down there, actually, funny enough. And kind of similar to what we said last week, things have been a little bit weird, some lulls. Anecdotally, I've picked up a bunch. I actually wrote 2 offers last week while I was in Austin. So, I think it's just kind of remains to be seen. What about you?
Awesome. Well, I did not get a chance to, unfortunately, go to the Compass retreat, but I had a good week as well. I had 2 settlements this week, one on Tuesday and one this morning. So I would say that's a pretty good week.
That's awesome week. Congrats.
Thank you. All right. Well, let's get started. Alison, I'm going to go ahead and pull up your pictures if you want to go ahead and take the lead.
Sure. So like I said, this one is in Silver Spring. So if you were to look at the address, it says Silver Spring. So that's like the mailing address, but the neighborhood is called Wheaton Crest, Maryland. And my pick, if you take a look just at this beginning photo, is, surprise, surprise, a mid-century modern home, something that Karen and I both love. So this particular home was built in 1951. It's in a neighborhood that has 27 Charles M. Goodman homes, which is one of the better known mid-century modern developers from the time when they were being built around this area. This is actually an original floor plan. So you can often see homes that have some of the features of mid-century modern expanded or changed. This one is original. And as such, it's a 3-bed, 1 bath. And the price is, as you guys can see at the bottom, is $485,000. So it's a 1,036 square feet. So it's not huge, right? Mm-hmm. So, it's probably not going to be a place where people are going to move in with more than 2 people, just due to the size of it. But I don't know, maybe you could make it work with more. But anyway, so we'll take a look inside and we'll see the features. I mean, it is stunning on the inside. I called it small but mighty when I profiled it on my Instagram page yesterday. So and I'll probably say this every single episode, I try not to totally just fall in love with the decor of a place.
Yeah, but you can't help it.
But my house is black and white with like pops of color. So I saw this and I was like, oh, I 100% would have done the same thing. So wow. It's beautiful. But vaulted wood-clad ceilings throughout. You've got your floor to ceiling windows. We'll see the private fenced-in yard with patio after this. Mm-hmm. But really, this house is great because it's had a ton of updates over the last 4 years. So most recently, which we'll get to in a second, the kitchen was updated and a bath were updated in 2021. And literally almost everything else that you see, there you go, was updated between 2017 and 2020. So the kitchen here that was recently redone has those butcher block counters which actually your listing had last week, which we love because you can just prep directly on top of them, which is cool. And obviously the windows continue in that kitchen. So even though it's galley style, it still feels really open with all of the windows. So you can still look outside. So lighting has been updated throughout. So you've got some newer light fixtures, cabinets, etc. I like the two-tone cabinets here, the black and white, just keeping that theme throughout the whole house, which I think is just, I don't know, it's stunning. When you have a space this small, I think doing a color palette throughout just makes sense. It keeps it continuous as opposed to making it feel disjointed. So I think it just works really well here. So here's just another angle from that great, awesome room. So, you know, they have it set up as a little dining room area. There's a little nook, kind of in between the living and the dining area. Yeah. Where they just have a bar cart. Just super,
I love that.
Super cute. I mean, painting the back wall black. I mean, obviously I love a good black wall if you look behind me. So.
There you go.
huge fan. Even painting the beams black, I just thought were just really cool. This is one of the bedrooms. So, you know, if you do the math, it's 1,036 square feet. Bedrooms are not going to be massive, but you know, it's 3 bedrooms. So let's say if it's just one person or a couple living there, you know, so maybe you have to have your clothes in 2 bedrooms instead of just one, but you know, you're sacrificing maybe that for having the insane windows and the other stuff we've already talked about. See, like you've got the wood throughout, this kind of shiplap on the ceiling here. And I don't know which the photo is. So here we have just some of the built-ins, you know, everything is very sleek, very modern. It, you know, it all makes sense. It's all very, very congruent.
I was going to say you would do a lot with those built-ins. I could see if we look behind you, I could see Alison just putting her little touch on the bookcases.
That would be my tchotchke room for sure. Yep.
The next one's your bathroom.
Yep. So it was, you know, like I said, that was updated this year, 2021. So, you know, there are ways that you can expand on these houses. There's no obvious way, I think, to put in a second bathroom, but you know, if you can get creative. But okay, so here's the outdoor area, which is fenced in and private, which is really awesome, obviously, with this big with a big shed that I don't think you can see yet because that's the main house, which gives you a little bit more storage, obviously. But back here, this is a lot of room. And you've got the fire circle there. And so you could certainly have spillover outside. And, you know, to be honest, in DC, it gets really cold for a couple months a year, but you can put some heat lamps out there. So it really could be that space that just carries over almost all seasons. So if you're concerned about the amount of space inside the house, you know, you could get very creative outside your house.
Right. And it looks like it's a large lot. So if you wanted to expand, it looks like there's possibly some room for expansion.
Yep. There certainly is. So
awesome.
So that's my pick. I don't know if you have any more photos coming up. Oh, that's the front again.
Oh, just that one.
Yep. So there is an open house. So this is a listing of our colleague, Suzanne Parmetz, and she is having an open tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. So if people want to stop by, they can. You know, I think this is going to be a hot listing. The price point it's $485. I mean, that's a really good price. And, you know, think in the city, you can get a 1-bedroom condo for that price. So if you want to live out near Wheaton, Maryland, you know, if that's not an issue, then you really get this for that price. So my guess is it's going to go for over list just because it's going to be a hot ticket with the way it's styled and everything.
Right. It's breathtaking. The living dining room open space is gorgeous. So
Yep.
I agree with you.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I love your pick for the week, Allison. And I am going to go ahead and tell you guys about my pick. Let's just change. So my pick, and you guys will see exactly why. I am like Allison, where I like homes that are not your normal cookie cutter, but are a little unique and unusual. And so my address is 12205 Lake Potomac Terrace, and it's located in Lake Potomac is the neighborhood. Here is a picture of my pick for the week. And let's pull it up so you can see that. Just take a look at that. If you look, this home was built by an architect for himself, and you can tell that that an architect probably built this. If you look at the lines, the different shapes that are used in the house, there's just rows of lots of windows. I'll show you a few other angles of the house. Check that out.
That is really cool. It's a very, very unique house for sure.
Right. It's a very contemporary, unique, unusual. I love this room. You'll see it. It's one of the first shots we'll show in the beginning of the house. But this is the formal dining room that they're using it. It's just really neat. And this right here, the red door, that's the entryway. That's where we enter into the house. When I drove up to preview the house, it was nighttime, and I was wondering where. I couldn't figure out where to enter because I couldn't see the door, and there were so many ways that I thought I could enter, but I found it. So we'll show you that one more time, really close. Now, when you come into the house, you are greeted with beautiful marble floors. So it's kind of makes a statement when you walk into the house. The one thing I will say that I like about this house, if you look at it, there's a long hallway, and that long hallway leads to an open living room, dining room, kitchen area. And I like the fact that that it's not right when you walk in, because if you're like my family, we're not the neatest people. So you would walk in and not see neatness, if that's a word. But so with this house would be perfect for us, because you could walk in and no one would know that we have some things going on farther down. And so let's go to the next shot. This is just another view of the entryway, the beautiful marble floors. You can see the beautiful hardwood, the beautiful wood door. And then right straight ahead, that's a butler pantry, which I'll show close up. And then to your left is that round room that we saw outside. And this is one of my favorite rooms. When I previewed the house, I love this room. They are using it as a formal dining room, but you can repurpose it to use it however you like. It could be an office where you can look out into nature all day long as you're working. This is a picture of the butler pantry, which leads straight on into the kitchen. So when I spoke with the listing agent, and I will go ahead and say this is Bradley Rosansky, he's also a Compass agent, and this is his listing. I was told that it's a galley kitchen, and she said, but it's a galley kitchen that's not, if you're not into galley kitchens, it's really wide. And when I got there, I remember what she said, because it doesn't feel like a galley kitchen, but it is a galley kitchen. We'll show you another photo. And it actually opens up to another side. And so this is the opening. Let's pull it a little closer. And as you look straight ahead, there's a beautiful fireplace. It leads into this room. And this is the dining room living area, which also has a porch off the back. And it also has a balcony. This is one of my favorite rooms. I look at all the windows that are there. There's a fireplace. You're just looking out into nature. The house kind of has a tree house feel. So you can be in this house and you're just looking out into the trees. So if you like tree houses, you will love this house. So our next shot is the porch that's right behind the dining room space area. So you can sit outside and you can eat on the porch on a cold night, or you can take it to your outdoor patio on a warm night and entertain and just enjoy the nature. And during summertime, I mean, just imagine all the greenery, and it will feel even more private than what it already is. You probably could not even see your neighbors whatsoever during the summer when the leaves are all there. Here's one more shot. I just had to show you this room again. You can see the fireplace. It's just really gorgeous. I love the cutout that's above the TV. If you look at that area, just really lovely. Upstairs, as you walk upstairs, you're still able to look out into the nature. You have tons of windows leading into every room upstairs. Here's a primary bedroom. Sorry. And if you look at that, really, really high ceilings, nice hardwood floors. It has a beautiful fireplace that's right there. So very cozy, not too big, but you feel spacious because of the high floors. And it leads into your own, I don't know, is this a dressing room, sitting room? But this is part of your part of the primary bathroom suite. So you can dress in here, you can do your hair, makeup. It's really nice, but it also, wait for this, leads into a gorgeous jacuzzi bath. Yeah, so if you're into jacuzzis, I know some people are not, but this is a jacuzzi bath, keeping with that whole marble theme that's throughout the house. I love this. And there's also a separate shower that's there as well, and a separate toilet area for the toilet. So every little area, every little space in that bathroom is separate, which is really nice.
I can't tell in this photo because you know how there are slightly wide angle lenses that photographers use. Is this like a really big tub, or is this just like a fairly normal sized tub? It looks huge.
No, it's very large. It's very, very large. And it feels, it's kind of sexy. I don't know. You walk in there and there's a huge mirror that's right there. So if you're, getting into the bathtub and you have that whole wall is a large mirror. So it's a very sleek, kind of sexy, huge jacuzzi bathtub. So it's wonderful, actually. So, let's go to our next shot. Allison, any more? What do you think? Do you like the angles? And so far, what do you think of this house?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really great.
Let me take you through the next one. So this downstairs I really love this. There's a nice little wine cellar. So if you are a wine collector, or you just love to drink wine, spirits, there's a cellar for you, and there's also a washer and dryer. Now, there's one other thing that really I like about this house is that this area, let's make it bigger so you can see it. It's a separate, it could be a separate living quarter. It's just an additional space. You can put, they've purposed it as, sitting area, dining area. There's a patio that leads out to it. And then I didn't show this, but there's also a bedroom that's there. So when you come in, you can close that door and have your own little quarter. So if you look at it closely, the first room off the door is a bedroom, and then you can come in and have this whole area and a bathroom down there, and not have to, be connected to the rest of the house. You can just have, if you have family members that are staying with you, this could be their area. So, or just whomever.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and that's just downstairs, right?
And that's just downstairs. Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, there's a lot of aspects of the house. Here's a picture that's looking out from one of the windows in the house, and what an incredible view. And this is my pick for the week. I think it's a pretty awesome house. I will tell you, it was very hard to get in. It's really popular, I believe, right now with the buyers. Yesterday, the only time that I could get in was 6:30 at night. And the day before, it was pretty booked as well. So if you're interested in seeing this house, go see it right away, because offers are due on Saturday at 4. But there's so many great things, and it's also located on 2 acres. So not only is it a great house, you have a lot of land as well.
That's very cool. Very, very cool. Good pick.
Thank you. All right, so we are going to move on. We are heading to our third pick, and this is one that Allison and I both really love. So I'm going to let her take the lead, and I will pull it up as she's talking about it.
All right, we're back in my neck of the woods for this one, in Shaw, Shaw, DC. It is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath townhome. It is priced currently at $1,929,000. So first photo, boom. This one is pretty stunning. Karen, as I said, I was in Austin this week. So Karen sent me this one and said, "What do you think?" And I said, yes, 100%. So it was a little backstory. So it's actually owned by the developer who developed it, in 2013. So it was a gut renovation, and it was extended, back then. And so, I think when developers live in their own homes, there is a different degree of care and thought that goes into it, which makes sense, right? I mean, anybody's home, they want to make it their own. If you've got the ability to actually physically make it the way you want because you are a developer, then you do it. So there are some really interesting things in this home as we go through and look together. I like the mix of the exposed brick with some classic industrial, elements throughout. And So this is the outside. So from the outside, it looks like, a pretty typical Shaw DC row home. Not the Bloomingdale ones with the turrets on top, but I mean, clearly you can see three. I mean, the trees blocking one of them, but all three of those are the exact same style. So that's your kind of typical styled home. If we go back to the inside, then, you're met with the exposed brick and this, the vertical warm wood panels that they have, which I think is a pretty funky and cool entryway that they have there. So the art side, which of course I love, this is just a bold build, I would say. And then they have bold art to match it. So it makes sense. Do you like the color orange? Doesn't matter. It's just, it goes along with the style of the house. You can always repaint that and make it something else. I think it does offset that space on the left here in this room, though, to have a color, to see that that's actually, bumped back a little bit. And then those kind of cabinets right there on the left. So to have a dining room kind of in the center with those pendant lights, really cool. So kitchen, obviously, the kitchen is, you've got your industrial kind of feel in it with some of the chrome that you have. The lighting is very industrial too, pretty big kitchen. And so it's just got a unique kind of different feel.
And I love the lime countertop. That's really neat.
Yep.
Little backstory before we moved to DC. We live in Los Angeles, and we lived in a very industrial style condo that had this kind of feel, and so I love industrial as well. So I feel like it's polarizing. People love it or hate it. I've found, but personally, I like it. And also, this isn't a whole industrial house, right? It's just elements. So this is actually one of my favorite parts of this house, this little nook here. I love built-in benches. I don't know when I started loving built-in benches, but I do. And so I love that you have that there. And that's like a cozy little place to eat, your breakfast or whatever in the morning. We already saw, don't go to that yet. I don't want to spoil that. I just spoiled it. I'm sorry.
But I right now have a house where my dining room table is really my only table. And sometimes it feels like so formal just sitting down and eating there. And I have an island where I can eat too, but that's like you're on a high stool and it's just not quite as, comfortable. So I love the idea of having this little nook back here. Okay, so now we're going to go to the powder room. And this powder room is funky and I love it. It was obviously made to resemble a London phone booth. It was commissioned by a local DC artist who did this. I don't want to say it cracked me up because it didn't crack me up. It just made me smile. I thought it was so fun. It's the same thing I said last week about the bathroom that had the huge banana leaf wallpaper. This may not be for you, but you certainly have to appreciate the care that went into it and the thought that went into it and just how interesting it is. And ultimately, it's a powder room. So I think you can get a little bit crazier and funkier with them. It's not the bathroom that you're going in every single day to get ready or anything like that. So it's good to have a conversation piece there.
Right. I love it.
Yep. This is another angle. This is actually a wider angle to kind of have a better feel, for what's where in the house. So one of the bedrooms here, primary bedroom. Again, you've got this really interesting brick that's now kind of painted white and stripped a little. It's a big wall also. That's a king size bed. And you've got the little office-y area, which of course you could make into more of a sitting area or something like that if you wanted.
I love that they changed the brick up. It's nice. I love the color of the brick downstairs, but it's just a nice change to still have the brick theme, but to have, a different color with the brick.
Totally agree.
Like that. Good choice.
Yep. And then, bathroom. This bathroom is pretty nice looking. I am not usually a fan of semi-floating vanities or floating vanities at all, but I like this one. Also, I feel like because we've got it's a large home, right? It's I think actually I forgot to write down the exact square footage, but I think it's 3,000 something. You're not desperate to toss everything in one room. So,
Right.
but I like how you have the separate parts here where you have got the shower on the left and then the separate little kind of toilet commode room, whatever it's called.
And the shower looks like it's really large because you also have a window in the shower. So it looks really long. The square footage of the house is 2,975.
It was close. It said 3,000.
Yes, you were right there.
So another room, obviously the way they have it styled as a children's room here, you know, interesting cutout on the ceiling. Another angle, so shows you this room's pretty big. I like it when you have a room that's not just a box, right? When you have cutouts, you and I are similar in that way. So having these jut outs and things like that. So it just makes it architecturally more interesting. You can segment a room a little bit by having different areas. So this one definitely has that. And so this is the 400 square foot rooftop terrace with a gas hookup.
I love it.
I mean, sometimes you don't have to say a lot because the photos speak, the photos speak for themselves. It's styled well, obviously, but you know, it's got lots of room. You can see how many chairs and couches and the fire pit and all that, and so you've got plenty of room to entertain up here. And this is just an angle from the back, so you can see kind of the style, you know, from the back there.
And you also have the parking. Is it two parking spaces that you have?
I think so. I mean, it looks like you could do a tandem too, or you could probably drive a car onto the little kind of paver things that they have on the right there. Yeah.
Right. But officially, I think it's one, but you could possibly maybe fit two in there.
Yeah. Yep.
And there it is.
There it is. So that's our pick. So it was that was a fun one for sure. And it's been listed for about it was either 29 or 30 days. So there is no open house planned for this weekend. But if anybody wanted to go, then they could get a hold of their realtor or obviously reach out to one of us if you're interested in seeing it, and we could help set that up.
Awesome. Well, yay, Allison. I want to say I really loved our picks for the week. And next week, we'll be back with 3 new listings for you. Both of these listings, the first 2 that we showed you just came on the market this week. So like I said, for Lake Potomac, 12205, offers are due tomorrow. So if you are interested, make sure you get in there and go see it. I'm Karen Ringo, a realtor, like I said, in the DMV area, and Allison.
Me too.
This is what happens when you're live.
It's okay. I think people appreciate it.
I know. Anyways, we just want to thank you for tuning into New Listings at Noon. And where every week we are bringing to you 3 new picks of the hottest listings that we like in this area. So we are signing off now, and we will see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.